But the idea of joining up these supports so that realising there are often many moving parts, it's hard enough to cope with that if you're a loved one, and then to work out which department and which program, and someone's going, I don't care, can someone help navigate this and pull the bits together? That's fantastic. And Stephen's doing that, the police are doing that, our clinicians are doing that, our support services are doing that, but we all need to bring our best game to do that.
There's a policy now in health which is no wrong door.
Yeah, any door, any time.
That was the right door, we pick it up.
Yeah, no,
it's in policy, but is it in practice?
Julie, any thoughts from you?
Thanks, Jason. I think when Peter spoke to us about this session in Mornington when we first did it, one of the key messages we wanted everyone to know is that you're not alone and that we're all in this together. And I really do want to say that even though sometimes the system fails us and even though sometimes we may not be able to know where to go at any time, just remember that you're not alone. And that all of us are going through some form or other, and we all need to work together. So I give power to the one, but also power to the village. So thank you for coming tonight.
I'll probably just elaborate on Julie's point. Yeah, on your point, no.
Stephen, I'm wrapping it up.
1 point each.
Lisa's got her signs up.
So this is my 1 point. Is a segue from what Julie was talking about earlier in terms of, you know, if you find out that your son or daughter is using illicit substances, is not to react, because there is curiosity and there are various levels of substance use, and many young people experiment with drugs. And I suppose what I would add to that, and Michael's already sort of brought this up, is that there is a real need in this country because of the large amount of young people who are experimenting with drugs and the rapid emergence of new psychoactive substances that we just can't keep up with, that there needs to be drug checking happening at festivals, because the people that are dying at these festivals from ecstasy or what they think is ecstasy, or maybe MD or maybe LSD or what they think are LSD, are not people who take drugs frequently. They're not the people who we usually focus on, and so we need to have a focus on that broader, reducing harm within the broader community through drug checking.
Actually, I wonder if we'd end up defining the problem more accurately, that there's overdosing and there's poisoning, and they're two different things. But
and both could be reduced through drug checking.
Yeah. Rod?
Again, just want to thank Peninsula Voice for giving us the opportunity to bring everyone together on this subject. From a Victoria Police perspective and my own personal view, we've got to treat drug addiction and drug use as a health issue, and we've got to take the profits off the cartels and the people that are making profit out of drugs. That's the first thing I wanted to say. I love your stuff about harm minimisation. When are we going to start having a debate about safe injecting facilities?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we've got rampant drug use in Yarra. We've got drugs, but heroin especially, being sold. We've got people hitting up in laneways. It's no good for local residents. It's unsafe, and we can actually start the journey about a person who is addicted to getting off drugs through something like that, and we just need to have those debates.
And in other countries where they've had those consumption rooms, and they've also had heroin prescription available, they're no longer injecting facilities, they're consumption rooms, because people have moved away from injecting because they're being provided with pure heroin in a very highly regulated environment, and so they've moved to a safer method of administration, smoking it.
Yeah. So that one over.
Can I just say one thing before also? Just with regards to family drug support, we've had a lot of talk tonight about our children, but it's also for our partners, our husbands, our wives, our parents, uncles and aunties. We're not just about parent looking at children, we're looking at whatever constitutes your family.
Bring it up,
He's not called Steve Bright because he's dull. I'd go further on what Rod said. He talked about the profits from illicit cartels. I'd add big alcohol to that. There's research indicating that big alcohol costs $15 billion a year of causes $15 billion of harm to the community, which the taxpayer pays for, yet the tax revenues from big alcohol is only $7 billion. So big alcohol's making big profits on the backs of the community. I'd call for, I'd say we definitely need more treatment places. Something we've been hearing for years and years is there's not adequate treatment, there's not adequate capacity, there's long wait times, you can't get treatment when you need it. I'd echo the calls for breaking down silos. We've been hearing from all and sundry the idea to break down silos between different service systems for decades. I'd echo that call. I'd hope we can actually get around and do it. I'm hoping the Family Violence Royal Commission might actually begin to achieve that someone who has a family violence problem, an alcohol and drug problem, a mental health problem, a homeless problem, with a legal problem, can get the help they need in the order they need it, with the supports at the right time. But, well, I'm hopeful, but, you know, who knows?
Thank you.